Thanks for clicking. You're listening to Time In with yours truly, Tommy Crenshaw. With me, as always, is the keep you on your toes, Ricardo Lungus.
Stay on those toes, Tommy. Stay on those toes. So, Tommy, what's the topic for today?
No, let's talk about failed sports. Talking about sports.
Okay.
Sports that just couldn't make it for whatever reason.
You know, there's one sport I saw one time. It was one of those things where I was walking down the street and a guy was handing out tickets to this free thing, to get people inside. You know how people do that sometimes.
Yeah.
So, it's a free ticket. I had a good, 30 minutes to waste. I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I'll check it out. And it was this thing called XARM, Extreme Arm Wrestling, Tommy.
Oh, wow.
Extreme Arm Wrestling. So have you ever imagined, you're arm wrestling somebody? You know what? I like to kick this slunzo in the face. That's basically what extreme arm wrestling is. It's arm wrestling where you get to punch the other guy in the face or kick or try to get him in a arm bar or something like that. But as long as you get the arm down,
Yeah, but your elbow is still gonna be like on the table, right? I mean, how is it?
It's kind of weird because I think you might lose a point if the elbow comes up, but you get like 2 points if you get the arm down. And plus you get a point if you knock the other guy out. To me, I'm just like just arm wrestle.
I mean, like, why reinvent the wheel? I mean, are they wearing helmets or pads? I mean, like, what if a guy kicks you in the groin? Like, what, like?
You just get kicked in the groin, Tommy. I don't think there's a really. You got like the little gloves on there, like the UFC guys wear. Then you just straight. If you're flexible enough, you just straight kick the guy in the face. I mean, but you can't let go of the arm. They got the arms tied together. You can't let go of the arms.
Right.
So
Just like, what are they? I mean, a table? Like, how does it? I've never seen this before. I mean, this is.
I mean, yeah, you got like your professional like arm wrestling table thing. You got it up there, and then they put like a little rope thing around you once you got your arms together, and as soon as they click go, bam, people just being punched in the face.
Wow. I mean, that sounds exciting. I mean, I would watch that.
But you gotta understand, it's not like over the top. You don't have Stallone, making arm wrestling popular. This is just guys arm wrestling and punching each other in the face. It sounds exciting until you're there.
So it sounds like a bar fight.
A little bit. Especially if you're losing at arm wrestling at the bar.
So can you take like the chair you're sitting on? I'm assuming you're on a chair. I mean, some arm wrestling things you can't be sitting on a chair because they're afraid that this is what's going to happen. The guy's going to take the chair from under what he's sitting on, and he's going to bash the guy across from him in the face.
Oh no chairs. You gotta hit the person with what God gave you.
Can you
and a glove?
Okay, so there's no knives.
No knives, no guns, no acid, no clubs.
No brass knuckles.
No brass knuckles.
Just barefisted.
Well, you got glove on, but mostly barefisted.
Okay, the UFC gloves you're talking about.
Yeah, UFC gloves, the light padded gloves.
Right, they still do damage.
Oh yeah, you do that. I mean, you because you can't get away really. You just got this guy like just right across the table, the little 2 foot wide table where you just punch them in the face. He can't run away. You're tied together,
Wow. I don't understand how that sport failed. That sounds like a sport I'd watch every day.
I'm telling you, it sounds exciting until you're there.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to participate. I would get dude. If I was in there, it would be it'd be a bloodbath.
Well, you got long arms, Tommy. You got super long arms.
Yeah, but yeah, I got long arms for a reason. That's what they say about long armed people, The my failed sport is.
What's yours, Tommy?
Mine is the most hated sport, in my opinion, of all time.
What's that?
Tetherball.
Oh, I do hate me some tetherball.
Tetherball is hated.
I do hate that, Tommy. I do hate it. I do hate it so much, Tommy.
Yeah, technically it's not a sport, and that's what's confusing because you score points, and so it should be a sport because you score points. That's what defines one of the things that defines sport. You either score points or you're gonna end up like first, second, third. You're like in a race type match game, stuff like that. But no, you score points, and everybody knows what it is. They played it when they were a kid, I'm sure. Because it's global.
They're forced to play it when they're a kid.
They're forced if other kids are playing on other things. It's a leftover scrap. Well, here you go. We don't have enough. You go to your favorite restaurant and they sold out all your favorite menu items, and then they're like, "Oh, but we got this." You're like, "I don't want that." Yeah, but you're with a party of 12, and you have to eat something. That's kind of like what's going on there. But the thing about tetherball is there's no sanctioning body. There's no championship, of course, because there's no sanctioning body. The rules are loosey goosey, and it's basically just played by children now. I mean, adults. There was whenever you hear of a championship, it's just a bunch of people trying to do some promotional stuff because they can't afford to do something bigger, so they do that. And there was one that was in Thailand some years ago, and it doesn't mean a damn thing.
Exactly.
It doesn't. What I think that they did is this is something they put up in schoolyards. Because you ever played it? You play it for like 2 minutes, and you're like, I'm not playing this anymore. I'd rather go inside and go study. Like that's what it's there for.
Oh yeah, Tommy. Yeah, and of course, you every once in a while you get that guy that really hits the ball around, and you try to go, and you just break your wrist off. And that's the worst thing. You don't want you end up with your wrist all jacked up and your palms and your fingers all cracked and whatnot. And then you gotta go back inside. You ready to just go back inside and just start doing your arithmetic or something like that.
Well, no, at that point you transfer schools because you don't want to be known as that guy. Like the guy, they're like, oh yeah, we saw you. You're the guy that word gets around the schools real quick. That you injured yourself at tetherball. Really, tetherball? How'd you? You just transfer. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, speaking of balls and injuries, it reminds me of a sport that has failed multiple times, but people keep bringing it back.
Yeah.
I mean, this failed in the Roman Empire. This failed under Mussolini. That Stronzo he is. This failed, and they bring it back now just every once in a while. It's a sport. It's an Italian sport called Calcio Storico. And I know I'm butchering that name. I know I'm butchering it. And I do apologize to everybody who's into this sport. All 5 of you. But literally, if you say you take rugby, Tommy, you know rugby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love rugby.
So basically take rugby and put like 27 people on each team and make some of them criminals with bad attitudes.
Oh, yeah.
And then just throw a ball out there and tell them, hey, you get this ball to that side, you get the ball to that side. Whoever's left alive, y'all win. And just try to score a point. That's basically all it is. You just try to score a point and not get your teeth knocked out of your skull or your leg ripped off. That's basically.
That sounds like Roman gladiator type stuff.
Well, thankfully, it don't allow weapons. But I mean, you got somebody running at each other like they're doing like the Lord of the Rings to that final battle where everybody just runs and clashes and they just straight kicking people to the face. It's too violent, and it just can't catch on because when 90% of your participants end up in the hospital, and some people are missing teeth and eyes and fingers, and some guy has to get a colostomy bag the next day. It's not a fun sport, but there is competition, I guess. But it's not a fun sport.
Well, I mean, it'd be great to watch. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's not fun to play, but fun to watch. Like it's the reverse of golf. For a lot of people, golf is not fun to watch, but it's great to play. I mean, you go out there and it's a relaxing time. You joke with your pals. You meet some famous people. You drink a few gin and tonics. I mean, it's the one sport you can drink, and everybody's fine with it because everybody else is snookered. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
but no, I think that a sport like that would be fun to watch. One I'll say that's not fun to watch is roller hockey.
Oh, I've heard you talk about this before, Tommy. You really don't have a love for roller hockey.
No, I don't listen. Hockey, I know it wasn't created on ice. It just was made great on ice. That was like the perfect thing for hockey. Hockey field hockey. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to play. Kids play it. You play it. But roller hockey is just like, okay, well, there's not enough hockey, so we got to create another one. So we got to like really capitalize, like in like 1988 when everything was like trying to be all this weird California like hot pink and flamingos, even though they're not from California, which it doesn't make any sense to me. But they were doing that whole kind of vibe. And so they created the roller hockey, and there's different types of it. There's the skates, there's the inline, there's this, there's that. So tell me, what's icing in roller hockey? I mean, seriously,
you got me. You got me, Tommy. You got me.
You can't have icing in roller. I mean, it's not hockey. I mean, that's just garbage. And they're trying to create these professional leagues. They've been doing it for 20 years. You know what? They're basically, you know who did it right? Was what your cousin did is slam ball. Slam ball did it right.
Slam ball. Yeah. I agree with you, Tommy. Roller hockey is just like, just go to an ice rink. Will you just go to an ice rink, learn how to ice skate, get a stick, and do it the proper way.
Right. And they got them in California. You got teams in California. Wayne Gretzky played for one of your teams. And
exactly.
you had movies named after your other team in Southern California.
Exactly.
San Jose's got a team. You got one up in the Bay Area. I mean, come on. Now, Seattle's got one too. I mean, the West Coast and Seattle obviously doesn't snow because it's in the valley and the wind currents and all this stuff. But it snows up, further. But you've got one in Phoenix. I mean, Tampa won a Stanley Cup not that long ago. I mean, that's just listen. Build a rink. I mean, it's just like. Nobody's not playing baseball up in the polar regions. They're playing it.
Exactly. You just gotta, just gotta cover up a little bit more. You just do what you gotta do.
There's no snow baseball. There's no. You call it snowball. I mean, just no. Nobody like pollutes the rules of the game because of the climate. That's ridiculous.
You just got, because it's just like back in the day. I believe it was Chicago. They wouldn't let the players wear jackets when it was cold because it was an intimidation factor.
Ooh, yeah.
Just go out there in the ice. Just go out there in the ice. You wear a bunch of pads. You'll be warm. I mean, you don't have to do your little skate around on your rollerblades out in your biker shorts and your tank tops. Just go play some ice hockey.
Yeah. Who rollerblades anyway now these days? I mean,
exactly.
That's a fad, man. That you might as well have a slap bracelet on your wrist and one of those changing tie-dyed shirts that changes colors. And
I remember my kids. They wanted them shirts. And I was like, no, this is a stupid thing. You ain't getting one of these shirts. And they just cry. They end up buying the shirt. 6 months later, they didn't even know what the shirts were.
They didn't work after a few washes. It was the Hyperfleece, I think it was what it's called.
That sounds right, Tommy. The Hyperfleece. It's just fad. That's all this stuff is. You don't need fads. You need true competition.
Right.
True competition. And that's the end of the game. Thanks for clicking time in. We'll see you next time. TTFN.